back to the channel. Please do me a favor and subscribe. Now we're going to get into it. I've got a family member's car here, and apparently there's a service engine soon light, so I just wanted to verify that. Yep, sure enough, check engine. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it, but at least I wanted to help diagnose it a little bit. This is a 2004 Toyota Corolla, showing 261, almost 262,000 miles on the clock. Runs really well, as you can hear. So I've got my handy dandy Zurich ZR4. Obviously not sponsored content, although Zurich, if you're listening, hey, let's do something. So I'm gonna turn the car off now. I've located the OBD2 port, which is located down right there. And so this is real simple. We just want to kind of line this up the same way. A little hard to do because I can't get down there to see what I'm doing. There we go. All right, so it's powering up, detecting protocol. It just kind of takes a minute to boot up here. Wish I had a funny joke I could tell you while we wait. Of course, I may cut this part out, I don't know. I'll probably leave it in. Show you the real time. Now, I bought this Zurich ZR4 when I had a little bit of trouble in my 98 Lexus LS400. All of a sudden, the car started running real bad, and service engine soon light came on, and I was kind of far from home, and I wanted to find out, like, what the problem was, if I could drive it or if I needed to have it towed. So there was a Harbor Freight, like, right off the freeway, and I picked this up. So let's see, what does it say? Ooh. Verify the connection at the DLC. Oh, okay, the ignition needs to be in the on position. All right, let's try that again. So, putting the ignition to the on position, we're going to hit this auto link. Okay, so that's on me. Sorry, I just have not used this in so long that I completely forgot what I'm supposed to do. So, just plugged it in. But yeah, as I was saying, there was a Harbor Freight nearby, so I stopped at the Harbor Freight, and I think this was around 50 bucks, and it's really handy. It'll tell you kind of some basic scans and reset your light, and it'll do a little more than just like El Cheapo, whatchamacallit, AutoZone Special. It's not terrible. And look at that. And it's nice that it has the color screen. I think that's cool. Select and press yes. Huh. Torque converter clutch solenoid circuit performance. Or stuck off. P0741. That's the stored code. As you can see, it's not going to pass smog like this. Severity 2 of 3. Repair immediately if drivability issues are present. Threat to essential system components if not repaired as soon as possible. Wow. Well, that sounds absolutely terrifying. And maybe that's bad. I'm going to have to do some Googling, see what we can find out. But as you can see, this scanner does show you quite a bit. Now let's see if we can like reset this light. I mean, look, I know that there's probably something going on, I wonder what this like red box does. Erase global codes. Yeah, let's try this. like to erase the code and then see if it comes back. And we have all the data here on video, so we're cool. Detecting protocol. Yeah, let's see what happens. Now, this is a longer video than I anticipated. Those of you that are still watching, thank you for sticking with me. This is a good little car, I have to say. Driver's seat with almost 262,000 miles. It is not collapsed. It's still like has really good cushion. All of the seat materials are still in good shape. It's really a testament to Toyota quality. I mean, there are some things that, there's some interior bits, carpet and trim pieces that are not in great shape, but that happens. No powertrain DTs freeze frame are restored. Well, that's good. All right. Let's turn the car off. Yeah. I guess. All right. Let's fire it up. I say, let's take it for a little. Let's take it for a riddle. Can't talk. Let's take it for a little spin around the block. I think I'm gonna. Oh, these headlights are not super helpful. Yeah, let's see what happens. All right, here we go. We're rolling. Can't really tell. It kind of feels like it doesn't want to shift, but at the same time, it's really cold outside, and the car's been sitting all day, so it could be that it just needs to warm up. I don't want to drive it. Well, there's second gear, third gear. Feels good. Feels really good, actually. I have to say, I'd like to do a review on this car one of these days. It's pretty comfy. Like the driving position isn't that bad. The seat's a little small for a fellow my size, but it's not terrible. I don't hate it. I think this car needs a motor mount. The steering wheel is, you just feel a lot of the engine in the steering wheel, and I think that's kind of what's going on. Not a big deal. And these are kind of buzzy, noisy cars to begin with, so you're only going to get it to a certain level of nice. It's just not going to be a Lexus. But it's a nice little car. Drives great. The steering's good. I like little cars like this. This is a happy little car. So far, no check engine light. However, if memory serves, I'm pretty sure this car has had a transmission put in it or rebuilt. I can't remember. So this may be one of those things that has to go to the transmission shop, and they need to check what they've done. That's my guess. I do need to Google that code, just kind of see what the deal is, but it seems to drive fine. I don't really feel any issue. Brakes feel good. I mean, everything feels good. I kind of feel like I could drive this car anywhere without issue. Except for it's noisy. That might get to me, but it's nice. It really handles well. I think I find that the most impressive thing about it. It just kind of zip you in and out of town. And yeah, really good suspension. Doesn't beat you up. It's not like luxury car smooth, but it's, you know, takes those bumps. I know they've replaced the struts on this car, and it's got Michelin's. So, you know, working shocks, working struts, and a quality set of tires will really go a long way with any car. You know, if you can do those two things at a bare minimum, you know, your car's going to feel pretty good. And a motor mount would really make this car sweet. You know, when the time is right. Maybe I'll take one more lap. I'll get on the throttle a little more. You know, I'm not driving it very hard because I don't want to. It's not my car. I don't want to hurt it. I don't want to provoke a problem. But we'll get into it a little more here. See what we can find. That shit's great though. That's weird. I wonder if it was just, you know, maybe a wire got jostled, or, you know, they hit a bump or something that just made some solenoid unhappy for a minute, and that caused the check engine light. I just don't know. But it feels good. I mean, you really can't argue with a car that's as old as this, with this many miles, and runs and drives this nicely. That's a real testament to Toyota quality. And of course, like, good ownership. Like, I know they've taken good care of this car with the service and everything. You know, the oil changes are done on time. And stuff like that just really goes a long way. And they don't ignore sounds. You know, when your car's making a funny sound, you know, good to have it looked at. And they do, you know, and I applaud them. Let's see if I can tighten up those headlights a little bit when there's a little free time. I think we'll try that Turtle Wax headlight restorer for $10. That is a great kit. I'm really liking this 3 Series, man. That's cool. The E30. You just don't see those very often. Well, anyway, I guess that does it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it's an inconclusive conclusion here. You know, there's no check engine light anymore. But, you know, I'm always cautious with this stuff, because I feel like if there was a check engine light, it's because there was something wrong. I guess we're going to leave it as to be continued. If I have an update, I will let you know. Hey, it's me from the future. So, just to kind of conclude today's video on the Toyota Corolla and that check engine code, which I can't remember now, but you saw it. I did a little more research, and I also got a little more backstory on the car. So in this particular case, the basic, like, kind of plan for the maintenance or the solution of the problem is pretty much just reset the light and keep driving it. Scotty Kilmer actually has a video on this exact problem in a Corolla, and his solution was to just keep driving it, actually, just because it's not really worth fixing. The backstory on this particular car, this trouble code popped up, I guess, several years ago now. Transmission was actually rebuilt by, I think it was a transmission shop, and I don't think they're in business still. I can't remember. Car drove fine, because I guess, like, the transmission really was failing, like in a bad way. The shop rebuilt it. Car was driving fairly okay, I think, for about 20 or 30,000 miles. And then the same error code came back. So, you know, I'm kind of wondering if that shop replaced the torque converter when they rebuilt the transmission. I mean, it seems like they would have, but maybe they didn't, or maybe the torque converter they put in was a bad torque converter. 20, 30,000 miles down the road, they took it to a reputable independent shop, and they actually did replace the torque converter solenoid, which is the error code, and that didn't fix it. And so what the shop advised was just keep resetting the light and keep driving it, because that's basically all you can do. And that's what Scotty Kilmer said. You know, he said you really have to kind of rebuild the transmission at this point, especially if the solenoid's already been changed, which in this case it has.
Watch out.
I suppose, you know, it would be worth, like if this was your only car and you really needed it to be, you know, perfect, you could take it, you know, and at least kind of see if the solenoid is good or not. But I mean, that might not be worth the money either. And the car drives fine. So I guess the only issue is that, like, the torque converter is never kind of going into full lockup. So your highway gas mileage is going to suffer a bit. But around town, it shifts fine. And
use the right
it drives fine on the freeway too, I'm sure. So,
Golden State Freeway.
I don't know.
Then keep left.
I mean, for me, it would be a tough call because I'm just so particular. But then again, with a car with that many miles, and you just kind of have to pick your battles, especially when there's a lot of money involved. So there you go. That's the conclusion to this video. I was hoping kind of for a dramatic quick fix and some sort of miracle, but I guess that's it. At least the car drives fine, and you can keep resetting the lights so the car will pass smog. I guess the issue is, like, you got to keep it somewhat under the freeway speeds so you don't end up with that torque converter not going into lockup. Anywho, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you in the next one. Bye.